Club, which is my home. It's my business that we operate out of, and it's also where I train, and we'll be training for the 5th Olympics in London, and the host for the Lifestyle Asset Management National Beach Volleyball Championships for 2010. We're very excited to have a host of athletes here, some of the best in the world and also Australia's best, and some international teams as well that will be competing for the coveted prize to be the Australian champions. We have our athletes here from the AIS, Australian Institute of Sport, and also a special guest, Morgan from Camp Quality, who's the beneficiary of the charity dollars for this event. A special word from Lifestyle Asset Management. They have been very proud to be involved in the sport of beach volleyball, just starting with their relationship with Australian Volleyball and the championships, and they provide services, training and systems for people to get to financial freedom, which is what everybody wants, and they're a great software package that teaches you how you can do it for yourself. So they're very excited to be involved, and we look forward to seeing the guys from Lifestyle Asset Management here across the weekend. Josh Slack, 3-time Olympian, Sydney, Athens, Beijing, and he had a year off last year and he's decided to go back to Adelaide to the Institute of Sport and compete for his 4th Olympic Games in London. So did you have a great year off, Josh?
I did. It was an awesome year, actually.
And what prompted you to go back to the training in Adelaide?
I was actually at a work function listening to Todd Russell speak about when he was trapped in the mine, and he was saying that he was doing things in his life that weren't bringing him as much joy as other things did. So that made me think about what I was doing with my life, and I just started playing beach volleyball again. And then once I did that, I got the Olympic bug and figured I had to do it properly, and called up the AIS and said, can I come back?
Who are you going to play with for London?
I'm playing with Isaac Kappa. He's 24, but he's an immense talent that hasn't been tapped properly yet, so he's going to explode on the world this year and cause havoc.
Great, we look forward to seeing you over the championships over the next 3 days, and also watching your journey to London. Congratulations on coming back.
Thank you.
Our next special guest is Chris McGew. He is partnering Sammy Bowen, who Sammy's the leading point scorer at the moment, and he's played most of his tournaments with Chris. Chris, you started at the AIS about 3 years ago and have been playing on the FIVB season all of that time. Last year we noticed that you managed to make a few main draws on the FIVB, and also now you're at the top of the tree in Australia. So tell us about your climb.
Yeah, Sam and I have been playing together since we started down in Adelaide, and we've made some good progress through the years. Last year we made 5 main draws qualification and beat some top teams in the world, top 20. And we're bringing that through this year on the national tour, winning 3 events and doing really well.
So who's your competition this weekend?
Probably definitely the man sitting next to me. Isaac in the tough competition any day of the week, and also the internationals from Denmark are also a very strong team, so it should be a cracker of a match.
Great, we'll look forward to watching you with your jump serve and your blocking prowess at the net. Thanks, Chris. Tamsin Barnett.
Hey Nat.
Hello, partner. Tamsin Barnett is my partner going into London, but this weekend she is playing with Alice Rocamper, who is also an AIS athlete and leading the point scoring. Is that accurate? Alice is leading the point scoring, and she has played with numerous partners because there's a few injuries, and she's just had to change around this weekend playing with Tamsin Barnett. So Tamsin, you're excited about playing with Alice?
I can't wait to play with Alice. She's been playing really well. It's been great to see her improvement over the last few years, and she's looking really strong, and she's a real force at the net now.
Right, and Alice is known for her defence and has come all the way, a Manly girl, played on the beach as a young kid. So I'm sure with your blocking and her defence, who will be your toughest opposition this weekend?
I'm not going to say Louise and Bakara because they're sitting right next to me, but probably them. They've been playing really well, and they've really had a great year last year on the World Tour, and they're making their mark on the Aussie Tour this year as well, so they're definitely the team to beat.
Okay, so the most important question, you now have an addition to your family. You have little baby Ali, who's 6 months old. How is it playing with baby on the sideline?
It's really difficult. I wanted to say great, but it's difficult. I love having him around, and I'm just trying to work out now, leaving him in some childcare so I can actually separate from Ali to do my training. I feel like I'm a mum on the court and off, but it's a great addition to my life, and it's similar to what Josh was saying. It makes you realise what you value in life and what you really enjoy, and volleyball is still a massive part of my life, and hopefully my family and volleyball can combine to make a successful London Olympic campaign.
Great, well we look forward to seeing you out here this weekend, and Bakara Palmer, who is a wonderful story, who started in beach volleyball through an identification process, a national identification process, and you were at school when they asked you to put your hand up and if you wanted to play some beach volleyball. Tell us about your rise.
Yeah, well, I was going to Henry High School in Adelaide, and I was there as part of their sports program playing different sports, and came out one day and got tested and got a letter in the mail saying, you know, we'd like you to come try beach volleyball, and pretty much the training was the next week, and the following week I'd quit my other sports and I was a beach volleyballer. So yeah, it was definitely one of those things that was an opportunity, and I'm very grateful that I took it up.
And now, just last year, you came second in the World Tour, one of the World Tour events, as your best result yet, and were featured heavily in the top of the tour. So tell us about your experience at the top of the tree on the FIVB.
Yeah, well, Louise and I had a very successful year last year. We played 4 events and 2 of our finishes were in the top 5, so I think that was a really good start to our partnership. We've been playing on the World Tour for, I think it was my 4th year this year, and been a qualifier player and, you know, the odd main draw representation, but I think this year, last year we really put ourselves on the map and with main draw, and we start this year in Brazil in about a month's time in the main draw, so it's something that I haven't done before, and I'm pretty excited about seeing out a whole main draw season.
Well, congratulations on last year. We look forward to the next few years into the Olympics, and most importantly, your performance here over the weekend.
Thanks.
Louise Bowden, an Olympian, has competed in the Sydney Olympics for indoor volleyball and has made the transition to beach volleyball. After many of us tried to get her across to the beach early on, she took her time, and last year was her first year on the FIVB Tour and Rookie of the Year, and her and Bakara are doing very well on the National Series. So welcome to beach volleyball, and how's it been?
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I can definitely echo what Bakara said about last season and what a wonderful experience it was. And you know, as Beck said, we're sort of out there now. So over the past few months, we've really knuckled down and got into some hard training and improved ourselves physically. And we've got a great group at the AIS that are all working towards London. And now it's sort of the serious business. We can't surprise anyone anymore. So.
Lou's a left-hander, very tall, powerful at the net, and obviously that's one of your strengths. Do you do all of the blocking?
Most of the time. It seems though that any time Bakara goes to the net, she'll get a stuff block and make me look silly, but I try and counter that with 1 or 2 digs. So most of the time I do the blocking, but we get the job done the best way we can.
Great, we'll look forward to seeing the opposition, the competition this weekend. Now over to Morgan. Morgan is a camp quality guest, and Morgan, I just wanted to ask you about when you go to camp, what's your favourite thing about going to camp?
When you teach us volleyball.
That was not like preempted at all. Is that your real answer?
No, not really.
Okay, so what's the favourite thing about going to camp?
Well, you get to catch up with friends, make new ones, and talk about and share the journeys that you've been through. I'm really happy that Camp Quality sticks all this stuff together, and yeah.
Awesome. Well, Camp Quality stick a lot of stuff together. They provide a lot of camping opportunities for young kids with cancer, and also for their siblings and families. One of my favourite camps is mother and daughter camp. I get to go with my mother and play with all the kids. So we have some campers here today, and we'll get them to play with our star athletes a little bit later this morning. So if I could ask the athletes to go and change and get ready to show us their skills on the sand. We look forward to the Lifestyle Asset Management National Beach Volleyball Championships here at Sandstorm, and some fun in the sun, sand, dancing, music, and everybody having a good time. Thank you.